It's really funny because, we met Priyanka Chopra and she said, you know what, Varun Dhawan is my father.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is true, right?
And Samantha is the mother.
Yeah. So they'd seen Family Man before they approached?
They'd just seen the rough cuts of season 1 of The Family Man. So they already knew what was in store.
I think I've now put in martial arts and a little bit of action into my daily routine. I just need to be prepared because I just don't know.
You never know when they'll call.
What they are going to do.
We already made a version of Spy.
Yeah.
And that's what we think an Indian spy would be like. That's Shrikant Tiwari, Family Man.
Right.
This honey bunny, these cool people who can take down this many people, martial arts and guns and everything. But I'm yet to meet one. And if I ever meet one, then I'll start believing. But no, not just India. I don't even think Tom Cruise's character in Hunt exists in real life.
I know you're Raj and DK, so you're a filmmaking duo. There's Russo brothers on the side who are also a filmmaking duo. Is that what led to the two of you meeting up and saying, hey, we can do this because we know how two people work?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they thought. Okay, let's find another duo.
That was the only criteria.
That was the criteria.
We are the only kind of people we'll work with. So let's find another duo.
Hello and welcome. This is Mayank Shekhar. With me are Sita, Samantha, Raj and DK. We're in London. Right before this, DK was in Nagaland shooting another season of Family Man. Raj was in Bombay shooting Rak Brahman. This is right after the premiere of Citadel, which is another thing that you guys have just done. Right before this was Guns and Gulab. Right before which was Farzi. Firstly, Raj and DK, are you guys overworked? How many things can you possibly do at the same time?
You just made it sound like that. You just packed it all in.
No, it's literally all at the same time.
This whole thing has been there for like last 5.5 years. So, but not overworked. We're just happy working. We're happy doing what we want to do. Finally, we're just doing all the kinds of stuff that we always wanted to do. Our way, our style, our voice, our plan. So, yeah, I don't feel overworked. I'm just enjoying it.
Like you're doing Family Man at the same time as he is doing Rak Brahman.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not a normal thing to happen.
It's
right?
not a normal thing. It's not intentional. It was not intentional.
Yeah.
I mean, we had planned a certain way, and then certain delays happened, and they ended up being literally in the same period. Or else, we had this amazing, meticulously set plan where you shoot this schedule and you shoot that schedule and everything, and then everything went for a toss.
Right.
So now we're shooting everything at the same time.
So you guys are on the phone doing two series at the same time. That's the sense I got.
Yeah.
Which
Right
is
now too.
absolutely
Right now
crazy.
too. After this interview, I'll pick up a few calls.
That is nuts. Of course, Citadel is very different in the sense that from whatever you've done in the past, because it's a global enterprise. It's crazy in terms of the scale of it, the fact that it's going across the world. There's one Citadel that we saw, and there is a Citadel India that you guys are doing. There was a Citadel Italy that we saw as well. Firstly, I mean, how do you guys land this? I know you're Raj and DK, so you're a filmmaking duo. There's Russo brothers on the side who are also a filmmaking duo. Is that what led to the two of you meeting up and saying, hey, we can do this because we know how two people work together?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they thought. Okay, let's find another duo.
That was the only criteria.
That was the criteria.
We are the only kind of people we'll work with. So let's find another duo. But it's just Jennifer Salke told us like some pre-COVID times. She said that we had this crazy, ambitious idea to create spies across the world, So, and do you guys want to create some Indian spies? I said, yes, that sounds exciting. And we've never done an action series so far.
Right.
So this becomes our true blue. We want to keep switching genres every time we
So
do.
they'd seen Family Man before they approached you? I'm presuming that would have been a calling card at some level, right?
Yeah, it hadn't even released. They'd just seen the rough cuts of season 1 of The Family Man. I'm talking about mid-2019. Family Man released in September.
Right.
So mid-2019, Amazon people had seen the rough cuts, right? I mean, the
of course.
lineup, whatever. At that point, the cuts.
Yeah.
So they already knew what was in store. And we were... Family Man Season 2 was greenlit. So we were already developing Family Man Season 2. And by then, we thought there is one series we have to make, which was Farzi. So we went and pitched Farzi as well because we thought we could handle 2 shows.
Clearly you can, right?
Yeah.
Now 3 shows.
It wasn't clear at that point. We thought we could handle 2 shows. Somewhere there, Gulkanda Tales came, so we thought we could handle 3 shows.
Oh wow!
And we were 100% sure.
DK showing off.
Yeah. Now he's flexing.
Yeah. No. And then we were like, okay.
Flexing with a bad back today.
They're like, okay, this is it, no more. And then Jen Salke happened. She came and said she made an offer we could not refuse. So suddenly we're like, oh my God, there is this one now. It's like. So, but I mean, we couldn't.
I mean, the
pass on
offer
it,
that
yeah.
you could not refuse, obviously, is the fact of it being global, right? And
Right,
the fact
yeah.
that you're fitting into a larger franchise as well. The fact that you're working with the Russos, who had amazing things to say at the premiere as well. I took some filmmaking lessons from you, DK, which is amazing. The process would be very different from anything you've done before.
Yeah,
because there is a person there who's pretty much the supervisor of the series, isn't it?
That was the biggest challenge. Challenge and something new, because it's just three of us, right? From 99, it's just been three of us writing and putting movies and shows together. So now we had to deal with the showrunners there, writers there, Russo brothers.
And they can reject your
and
idea?
they can, and Amazon International, Amazon India, and us. So there are many partners in this. No, this was one of the very supportive groups, extremely supportive. Very enthusiastic about most of the ideas we said, and anything that gets pushed back is really more about a logistical or a logical issue that might not connect someplace.
Sita, in your case, of course, I mean, you've given this particular show a completely different twist. It's not as futuristic anymore. It's not snazzy as the Citadel was. You've taken it to Bollywood. You've taken it to a film industry. You've gone to the 90s, 2000. I mean, it almost seemed like you had the story in mind and you tried to fit it into Citadel. Is that what happened?
Something like that.
Okay. I was just shooting in the dark.
So we had a mix of different ideas earlier.
Right.
One was called Dancing and Fighting, which is about this film stuntman, junior stuntman, and an aspiring wannabe actor who's a junior actor, dancer.
Right.
And, we like to say this, the story didn't start off that way. But at some point we said, why not do this? This is a twist.
Why not move this particular film idea into this particular
We had a
world?
whole draft done of Honey Bunny.
Right.
And then we wanted another motive.
Yeah.
Because we had to be a little more colorful and something new, right? So, because it didn't want to fall in the category of the other action films out there. Right. Because there's nothing new we can offer. So then suddenly we all discussed and said, hey, we have exact two characters that we wanted.
And this was also an extremely long development process, this show. I think this is the longest development process we've ever had for anything we've done. That's also because we were also finding the way for the show, right? First there was a draft that we all wrote, and it was very, very spy worldy.
Right.
Like a lot of spy stuff happening.
Almost a cliche.
I don't know, but it was a lot of spy stuff
we've
happening,
seen it
a lot
before.
of plot.
Right.
Then we were like, okay, no, we need to bring the Indian rootedness a little bit more. So then the whole Bollywood thing happened, and then eventually where we are at now is it's a more of a human drama set in a world of spies as opposed to being an out and out spy thriller.
Right.
You know.
To go back to your question about the 90s, it was organic that was supposed to be Nadia's parents' story. So obviously Nadia is set in a certain time period in the US show. Yeah. So obviously her parents would be set back.
Did not see that coming at all. I did not see that person being Nadia. It's really funny because, we met Priyanka Chopra and she said, you know what, Varun Dhawan is my father.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is true, right?
And Samantha is the mother.
Yeah. Samantha is the mother. I mean, in your case, while of course there is the human angle to it, but it is at the end of the day an out-and-out action thriller as well. And you've done a lot of action when it came to Family Man. Was this different in terms of weapons training and stuff like that to get this? Was the world, of course the world is different, but in terms of work, was that different?
I think I've now put in martial arts and a little bit of action into my daily routine. It's just, I'm not waiting for them to give me specific training just for the action. So I've just put it into my routine now because I just need to be prepared because I just don't know.
You never know when they'll call.
What they are going to do. And I never have enough time to prepare for the kind of action that they are looking at.
Right.
And things get changed on set, and also they really like these long shots, right, where they refuse to call cut, and so you have to end up doing all of the stunts and convincingly. But it's an exciting challenge. I mean, it's not often that a female actor gets to also engage in some badassery.
So regardless of whether you're doing this show or not, you will wake up in the morning and you will do your martial arts training.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
How long? How many hours or how many minutes of martial arts do you have?
I have absolutely no social life, so...
Okay. I know, you don't even drink. We met at the party and like, wow, like how do you even hang here?
Actually, I don't. Yeah, so it's cool, but it's we waited a really long time for this.
Right.
And it's our time.
It is your time. And also time of Varun Dhawan, right? That's your male lead side. It's his first action content.
I've never done action before, which is surprising.
I never thought of it until you mentioned it
Even
at the
me,
premiere.
nobody ever thought of it.
Wow, he's actually never done action. I'm sure he's done some...
Oh, there's always some action in some films.
He's also he's a great dancer, so I think he moves really well, and he has complete control over his body. So it looks like it's coming really like very naturally, but it
like every time I see Varun Dhawan in a movie, regardless of genre, I think of Govinda for some reason. Like it seems like he's seen a lot of Govinda movies, and he almost absorbed
He keeps
Govinda.
referencing Govinda a lot though when he talks. Yeah,
He does, right? And you guys actually have done a movie with Govinda. Not too many people can say that. Not too many people, current directors can say that. You did.
We sought him out.
There was Happy Ending 2014, exactly 10 years ago. When you are directing Govinda and when you're directing Varun Dhawan.
That's your connection. I don't think we saw it that way.
I'm sure
Govinda and Varun, no.
Yeah, I mean,
are they different though?
Of course they are.
Okay.
And Varun is a very director's actor. I realized that on the first day itself. Very director's actor. You mold him the way you want, and he's completely, willing, and doesn't really question. I mean, once he gets the whole idea, he's not going to question, why can't I do this instead? I mean, sure, there are some ideas sometimes, but he really likes the idea that I think once he submits to the whole concept and the directors, he's very happy doing it. And in fact, he's like, can I do one more? Can I do this also? He's
an over-enthusiastic kid.
A lot of enthusiasm and zero, what do you call? Hang-ups, which is surprising.
No ego at all. I mean, he comes with no baggage. He's just like...
He literally called you up asking for a role, didn't he? That's what you said.
That was after Family Man. After Family Man 2 happened, he was like, listen, if you guys are doing anything else, let me know. I said, yeah, sure. He said, especially if you're doing anything in action, I really want to do action. And I'm like, we were actually developing Citadel then. And we didn't have anybody in mind yet. We hadn't. And then we were like, there you go. He's actually wanting to do action. And this is an action show that we are writing. And it wasn't much of a pitch. We are doing Citadel. And he's like, okay, sure, I'm on.
He was always mentally trained to be an action star.
Right. And I like the fact that he said that he can be completely molded. But that might be the opposite of Govinda even in 2014. Right? I mean, Govinda will do Govinda things. I mean, you're not going to tell him what to do.
Govinda.
Happy Ending, we sought out Govinda to play himself. To play him.
Right. So that worked out fine.
Yeah,
but not if you were asking to play something else.
I have no idea.
It'll be tough.
I have no idea.
All filmmakers, by and large, are actually conspiracy theorists. Because all stories, in some ways, are conspiracy theories, especially to do with spy. Now, you're looking at a world where there's Citadel, Montecore. Citadel's owned by ex-spies. Montecore is owned by the richest people in the world. Firstly, do you buy into this idea? Do you think this could be true? Like there is an Illuminati, for instance. Like, do you think this could actually have some bearing in the real world?
The way I see it, that way we've been seeing things, is that anything that is slightly surreal, non-real, fantastical, non-existent. There are so many movies made on these. Ghosts, spies, superheroes. None of these people or exist in the way you think they are.
Right.
So there is a certain humor already in it because of the fact that it's non-existent in a way. So you can't, I don't know, I mean, we can't take anything too seriously. It is a little self-referential. We are aware that we are in a spy world. We are aware there are certain tropes. There are certain cliches. So you are aware of it, you play with it, you avoid it, or sometimes you just embrace it and kind of do something fresh to it. So it's all fun. It's all made up worlds. Every single movie that's running in theaters.
You don't believe it in yourself.
No, but I love it.
This
is fodder for ideas and inspiration. I believe in secret societies. I believe they exist.
There you go.
See, now, I think that's good for you. But see, our version of spy, we already made a version of spy.
Yeah.
And that's what we think an Indian spy would be like. That's Shrikant Tiwari, Family Man. Right? This honey bunny, these cool people who can take down this many people, martial arts and guns and everything, and it's great. It makes for amazing cinema. But I'm yet to meet one, and if I ever meet one, then I'll start believing. But I don't even believe, no, not just India. I don't even think Tom Cruise's character, like Ethan Hunt, exists in real life. Yeah.
But sometimes reality is
But
even
it's so
more
cool.
crazier than
It
the
is.
stories.
Yeah.
Who
Because-
knows, right?
but it's
Who
so
knows?
cool.
Yeah.
But so
To
far as Honey
imagine.
Bunny is concerned, absolutely love the first episode. Can't wait to
Thank
finish
you.
it.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
congratulations, guys.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.